Welcome back. Now, there are thousands of special gifts you can give your child when they turn 18, but would you ever consider marking the milestone by pushing them off a 950-metre cliff? All in the name of extreme fun, of course. It's what adventurous Adelaide dad Greg Smith did for his son Jed, both equally hooked on an extreme sport that gets the adrenaline pumping even just watching it. Here's Paul Macon.
It was wow, just looking up at the cliffs, 3,000 feet high.
Give a count of 3, 2, 1, and on SEA you jump off.
A sense of freedom that you can't get anywhere else in the world.
They call it base jumping, and adventurous Aussies are crazy for it.
Why do people race cars? Why do people climb to the top of mountains? Why do people ride 30-foot waves?
And some like to keep it in the family.
Pretty weird, you know, father-son bonding experience, but it's quite cool being able to jump off a cliff with your dad and have a bit of fun, really. It's pretty unique.
Adelaide father and son Greg and Jed Smith, along with 8 other South Aussies, made their way to Norway to have a party.
That's a hell of a birthday party.
It is a hell of a birthday party and exciting to do with your son.
With Jed turning 18 and on his base jumping P-plates, why not leap over a 3,000-foot cliff with your kid?
Over the side we go. Watching him go off a cliff in front of you, knowing that he can do his stuff, knowing he can look after himself, and it was a real coming of age.
Greg Smith is one proud father and one game mother.
Exhilarating, exciting.
And when it comes to Jed, well, it's in the DNA.
Being brought up on a drop zone, being brought up around aeroplanes, it's in the blood.
It's not really about age, it's more about your sense of adventure, you know, just going out there and having some fun and trying new things and getting out of your comfort zone more than anything.
This thrill ride starts with a 2-hour trek to the exit point. From there, it's all downhill.
You get your go and you literally just go running off, and as you'd run off you'd look up, so you go off in what we call a head-up position, and then from there you'd slowly draw your arms back. And then from there you'd start feeling the wind noise building up. And then as you draw your arms back, you're slowly building up speed. And then after about 8 seconds, you're getting up towards terminal, around 200 kilometres an hour. And then you go into your tracking position and you watch the wall go whizzing past you. And then from there you watch it disappear between your legs. And after about 15 seconds, you see the ground coming up. And then you deploy your parachute. Once you've deployed your parachute, you gain control of it, and then you steer it down into a small landing area by the water's edge.
During that time, when you do the jump, nothing else matters in life.
Travis McNaughton is one of those South Aussies who joined the father and son team on their extreme experience.
Doesn't matter, you could have had the worst day, the worst week. When you go out there and jump, it's just you.
Underneath, I reckon, underneath.
But the party tricks were far from over. How about tossing your own son over the edge?
Yeah, I thought it'd be pretty cool having your dad throw you off a cliff.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I've seen a lot want to do it, but I've never actually seen someone do it before.
1, 2. There's not many fathers that throw their son off a cliff.
No, there's not many fathers that throw their son off a cliff. There was a 3,000-foot cliff. I said, you're 18. I said, we're going to throw you off.
A little bit of practice, 1, 2, 3 and all that. Now it's time for the real thing.
2, 3.
Woo!
Threw him off, and as we threw him off, he put his hands behind his head and went off backwards down the cliff face, and then plateaued out and then tracked away.
When you see him with his hands behind his head, that's in a relaxed mode. Was he relaxed?
No.
Put my arms behind my head and tried to look as relaxed as I could, but in all reality I was absolutely peaking and scared out of my wits.
One of the other guys tried to do it, got his hands to about there, and off he went again.
But where's Jed's mum in all of this?
What did his mother say?
His mother, yeah, he said, mother said, whatever happens to him will happen to you.
That's how you were sent off on the trip.
That's how we were sent off on the trip.
But it's not going to end here. Jumping Jed and his old man have more adventures planned.
We're talking about a cliff in Brento in Italy. It's a 4,500 foot cliff and a good cafe down the bottom.
Wow, I certainly wouldn't be game enough. Paul Macon with that report. Now we'll be back with more of the program right after the break.